Free agency opens today, and our first opportunity is to go out and get Trey Jones back. We try to give him a big deal. He doesn't really want to play here, but we give him, he is restricted. We make a second offer here on day one, and it's to Jonathan Isaac, the former Magic big man slash forward. He's an unrestricted guy. Dealt with some injuries, so we give him a cheaper deal than he probably wants, but I don't really expect too many people to go for him. Those were our big two offers this offseason, and as you will see here, they'll both accept, but Trey Jones would actually go and accept another deal, which we would then match. So Trey Jones is on a 1-year deal, while Jonathan Isaac's on a 2-year deal. And then just to fill up some roster spots with some veterans, we signed DeMarcus Cousins to a minimum contract, and then we would try Derrick Rose. He would inevitably decline here, and DeMarcus Cousins would sign. So what we would do is we'd go back to the point guard position, and we just end up signing Patrick Beverley to be that veteran there. He's a little bit better for our system anyway, which I like a lot. He would end up playing a little bit too, depending on how our guard situation goes, and he'd be able to develop our point guards. We would then go on, and that would be it for us, and we would see who signs where, and you can see top guy, Kyrie Irving, goes to the Jazz. The top two players after that, Harden and Porzingis, they re-sign with their former teams. Lopez goes over to the Hornets. You can see Bridges goes to the Hornets as well. Russell re-signs with the Lakers. Kuzma to the Pistons. You can see everyone here. I scrolled a little too fast. Some of these guys re-signed with their team that they were on. Some of these guys were restricted free agents. And that's just how it worked. You can see the team there. I actually think I go to show my team here because I was thinking we needed to probably make a trade. We had 5 centers on the roster, so I looked through all the guards and stuff, but I'm going to end up trading the center, and it's going to be Khem Birch that we end up being the odd man out. He's the oldest, or the second oldest, and he just didn't have a fit. The Pacers needed a center, though, so they are going to go out, get him as like their third center emergency guy, and that is that. Offseason was pretty quiet, no sign and trades or anything like that. Biggest deal was Kyrie going over to Utah, but you can see all the deals here that were made. A bunch of guys signed minimums towards the end of the free agency. You can see guys like Austin Reeves did. I think it's like Grant Williams did as well. Tracy Jackson Davis, I think was his name or something like that. He's a young guy that signed a cheap deal towards the end. But you can just see all these guys like Javonte Green signed a minimum. Joshua Primo, probably shouldn't say his name out loud. Danilo Gallinari actually signed to Dallas, which was a nice pickup for them. Some other guys, Olenek's also on the Pacers now. Kuzma, the big deal, the Pistons. Van Vliet and Rose. You can see Rose took a pay cut to go to the Raptors, clearly wanting a title. You can see our signees there. And that's basically all. I mean, John Wall went to OKC, but I think that's about it. On the big deals, some other things were just re-signs. Like Porzingis was the only thing they did there. You see the player progression. You can see some of our players: Keldon Johnson, Vassell, Brendan Miller, our new draft pick. It is the number 1 overall, or the number 3 overall player on our team. You can see Branham as well. He's getting up there. And what you'll see now is a sped up version of me adding people to the Summer League team. I usually don't do the Summer League. I usually let it do it automatic, but I wanted to see the stats on some of these players. So I added some other guys like Ricky Council the Fourth, Kira Lewis. Looking at the rest of my roster, I needed to see what else we needed, and I think I ended up going and adding a center. I just don't know which one. It looks like Kel Ware was the one I added, and then I added a power forward as well, which was Champagne. We all know Champagne. He's always here. I did add Ron Harper, as I think he was the final one, because the next guy I tried to add was Antetokounmpo, and it didn't work. Or I guess it did. Alright, I guess Antetokounmpo is the last one. And then we simulate the Summer League here, and I believe we go 2-1, maybe 1-2. I don't remember exactly. Took me a while to even find our team, because I don't really get what the schedule is showing here. We went 1-2. You can see here And our team, I think this was the most recent game. Big problem I saw here was Brandon Miller. He went 1 for 12. That wasn't a great sign to see, per se. But Bassey did all right. And you can see in the other games here, Miller did a little bit better. He shot 3 for 9 in this one. Ricky Council, the fourth, did pretty well. I wish they would show the stats, like the Summer League stats. I don't know if there's a way to find it. Maybe there is. But it wasn't in the career section, which was the main one I looked for. And then you can see in this game, those big three there, those are three people I really was intrigued with. And Colby Jones also got 16 points, which was another guy. But Brandon Miller was kind of my big target here. He did all right. He struggled towards the end, but now it's kind of like the playoff time in the Summer League. So I thought, like, this should be big. Branham takes a dislocated right patella. He's not only out for the Summer League, he will miss some of the early season. You see game 1, though, we do win, and look at Brandon Miller, 9 for 10, only missed one shot, scoring 25, that's exactly what I wanted. Kyra Lewis Jr. did a nice game there. Everyone else, there's a few double-digit scores, but that's about all our team was. But we win game 1, now we go against Detroit in game 2, and we also win that game, where it's again Brandon Miller, 19, 9, and 4. This is the person that I drafted and wanted, and he's looking out to be a good superstar. Kyra Lewis Jr., another guy that was off to a rough game. Still had my eye on him, but we would end up, I think I went to Simcast the Lakers game just to see if I wanted to hop in, maybe show some of these guys in action, but I think I ended up not doing it because we ended up losing by 10 or more. So we lost by 16, but showing the stats again. Brandon Miller. 6 for 14, not really consistent, but Council for the fourth now was doing some damage. So there's a few guys there. I believe we lost to the guys who would end up losing to the Knicks, and the Knicks would end up being the champions here. I'm pretty sure, yep, the Knicks. We were one of the better teams. Finishing out the off-season, next episode should be game 1 / some simulation. I'm going to play a lot less games in this one, in this series compared to the Washington one, because I ended up winning way too many in the Washington one, that it just got boring. So I am now doing this one. I'm going to try to do it at a different pace, on different settings, all that good stuff. You can see this is our roster from game 1, and I will show you. I think this is me trying to sign Kira Lewis. I guess I left this part in because I was trying to sign Kira Lewis to a contract, but I think when I went to go do it, he just wanted too much money. I'm pretty sure that's what happened because I could not get him. I know that. Yeah. Council wanted 11.5, and I was not giving that. Like it told me to offer 2-way. But all in all, our roster, you just saw it there. Kira Lewis just didn't even let me sign. And I was not willing to cut someone. So we go over, or did I try to cut someone? I don't think I did because of the fact that, one of our players was hurt. Either way, you will see the coaching game plan here. Beverly, for some reason, they set up my lineup to where Keldon Johnson, all my best players are on the bench to start. And that's just not going to happen. But you will see the players that are on the bench to start. Yes, Ben Simmons is starting on the bench. There is a good chance that he enters the starting lineup. We did pay a good amount for him, so I expect him to enter there soon. Starting 5 is pretty much the same as last year. Trey Jones, Vassell, Johnson, Collins, and Sohan. Brandon Miller, though, is the first man off the bench. He's about 27 minutes a game. I think I downed that a little bit to 24. Isaac, Beverly, you'll also see Simmons out there. And there's 2 other people, I think. I don't think it was DeMarcus Cousins. I think I ended up doing Bassey and then Rupert, whatever his name is. Or I just did Bassey. I don't remember, to be honest with you. Malachi Branham would get minutes, but he's currently injured because of the season-ending injury, or most of the season-ending injury that he got during the Summer League. You can see other games here. Just looking through my lineup, this would basically end it, though. Gave some minutes to Wesley to be the backup guard, and that would do it. Next episode would be the start of the season, guys. Thank you all for watching this episode. Sorry it's a little sped up off-season, just about 10 minutes. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, I'll talk to you all later. Sorry if my mic sucks though, but I'm out. Peace.